is the first time in a stream that my game has crashed. So that's a very different experience right there. I'm gonna try get back in, hopefully, through the old invite. So let's see if I can get back in. Hopefully not much has happened. It will be really a shame if we see like a safety car right now and we just no clue what happened. Okay, what's the position changes looking like right now? Nathan got past Julian yet? Okay, everything has stayed the same. Yes, everything has stayed the same. Okay, so we didn't miss out on anything. Can't believe that actually happened. Let's get the track map up. The top three, just so dominant, these three right now. As I was about to say before my game decided to go kaput, is that Panos is having an absolutely brilliant race. So is Sniper. Panos was up there for P4, P5 in the sprint, but got spun by Lars, and then has now recovered up to P4 in the race. And I imagine, well, if he can keep it steady, will get P4, which is a lot of points for him, as he is P11 in the standings right now. As that is an incident between Foley and Lars, which is very interesting. As that was a little bit of a breach hit there. I'm not so sure what that was there, but we're gonna go back up to the front anyway. It was a bit of a weird thing there. But Jensen wanting to keep this win. As we can see the ERS, Jensen has had to be using quite a bit and is on 10%, which is going to leave himself compromised, as Axa and Jerome are both on the exact same amount of ERS of 40%. So Jensen is going to have to save or hope a miracle happens and just keep ahead of Axa. As Axa's draining now. Axa's going for the move now. He's not wasting time. It's Axa and Jensen side by side into turn one. With the fourth last lap of racing. Is Axa going to get the position? Jensen sends it! Oh my days, that was an absolute send from Jensen. And Jensen keeps the position. As Axa is all over the back of him. We might see side by side. Oh, it's going to be close. Look how close they are to one another. I could never do that. It's also because I'm bad at the game, but you know, whatever. Anyway, Jerome, very close behind now. And Jerome has still got the ERS, which Axa now doesn't. So there's a possibility here of Jerome maybe being able to get the win at his home GP, as he is using. I think we're going to see Jerome v Axa here for P2 as we get helicopter view. Is it going to be a send? Oh, defensive by Axa makes Jerome use his whole battery. Now all of them are equal. They're all about 2 tenths apart from one another. They're all on the exact same amount of ERS. And they're all on the exact same age of tyres. 18 lap old mediums. The mediums will be close to puncture territory potentially right now. Maybe not. It'll be about 15, 16 lap old tyre wear because of the safety cars. But this is going to be so crucial, as after we're going to have a sector and 2 more laps of racing, as Jensen is 5 tenths clear of Axa in P2. The question is, will the order change or will it be this top 3? As Zane has decided to retire in the pit lane. Zanetti having a brilliant debut race up in P4, but then spinning on the restart. Very, very unfortunate for him. Spinning on the restart on one of the, the safety cars. I believe actually Luno touched him. As Nathan and Sniper side by side in turn 1. We've got to watch this battle. This is for P6, which, if I am right, is 8 points. So this is actually quite crucial as well, because remember, Sniper's P3 in the championship, and could have definitely had a shot today at getting P2. It may drop down after today though, we'll have to see. But we can see Jerome has fallen off of the back of AXA now, close to possibly not getting DRS. But it's all or nothing now for Jensen, AXA and Jerome, as we will be very shortly entering the last lap of the race at Zandvoort. And the question will be, who will get the overtake is the question. As here we go, the final lap of the race. Jensen AXA 0% ERS. Jerome is on 13%. May use somewhere. We're going to have to see. It's just going to be who is the better racecraft, who is the better pace on these older tyres, who is the better line, who's the better acceleration out of the corners. As everyone is using in this top 3. And the question will be, is it going to stay like this? Is it going to be Jensen, AXA, Jerome? As Jensen looks like it might be another win for him, which would make it for him 3 out of 4 wins in Ero main races, as he cuts quite a lot of the curb there. But it's going to be Jensen, unless he bottles it in the last 2 corners, which I don't think he will. It's going to be Jensen who's going to win in Zandvoort. It's going to be AXA P2, Jerome P3, as Jensen comes across the line to win in Zandvoort. It's going to be AXA 3 tenths behind in P2, Jerome 4 tenths behind in P3, Panos, brilliant race from him, P4 for him, Seb, a brilliant race for him as well, P5, Nathan P6, followed closely by most of the rest of the grid. Sniper P7, Julian P8 on a debut race, very good race from him. Leon P9, Miku returns to F1 and gets a point. Ken P11, Mikkel unfortunately finishing outside of the points in P12. Jacob finishing P13. Taban P14, and Lars will be the last one to come across the line, P15, as Foley did get P16. As actually, Lars is on the fastest lap right now. I've just realised Lars is going for the singular point in the race, as I did see a purple sector too. He's on new softs, he's dumped his whole battery, and it might be a fastest lap for Lars. We'll see if a message quickly pops up at the top. It is. Lars gets fastest lap of the race. What a race. As it is a Mercedes, Alpine and Aston Martin podium, as we will overview everything now. So Jensen takes away, how many points is it? 31 points. Who got pole? Who got pole? I believe it was AXA who got pole. So that means Jensen takes away 31. Wait. Yeah, it was AXA who took pole. So Jensen gets 31 points this weekend. AXA will take home 26. Jerome will take home 23. Then Panos and Seb both taking home 12. Very good for them. That will definitely promote Panos into the top 10 standings. Potentially Seb as well, we'll have to see. Nathan gets 8 more points. That's 2-point weekends in a row for him, which is very good. Sniper gets 6 points. Enzo gets 8 points. Lars gets 4. Julien gets 4 on his debut race. Good for him. Mikkel gets 3 points. Leon or Strange gets 2 points. Ken gets 1. Miku gets 1 on his return to F1. And then we have Jet, Taban, Foley, Zanetti, Luno, and Renz all taking home 0 points for this weekend. That was a race. Unbelievable. As we're going to do interviews, let me see if I can get everyone in this party. Jerome, Axa, and Jensen. Let me just make sure I've invited the right people. Axa, Jerome, add. There we go. Let me think of questions. Okay. I'm just going to talk about the top 3. Like how they're all so close together. As hello, as everyone is here, so we'll get the interviews underway, and we'll start off with P3 in the race and P1 in the sprint race. Jerome, good race for you. Of course, not the well. I'm not going to say not the greatest of starts to the season, but a DNF in Japan, right? And then what? I was a P3 in Bahrain, and then not racing last week, and then taking home, I think it was 23 points. Quite a good result for you, isn't it?
Yeah, bit knackered now after this race. Uh, yeah, just really good pace at the front. So yeah, I wanted more. I wanted P1 or P2, but yeah, I was trying to do a bit in the end, like saving battery, but yeah, just I couldn't get the move on Axel or Jensen, and yeah, P3 in the end.
Yeah, of course you stayed with them though, which was very good. The top 3, of course, being like the main point to watch for like the whole entire race.
Yeah, it was so
Uh,
good.
yeah, you're side by side with AXA for like 2
Yeah,
sectors. Oh
insane,
my days,
insane.
lost my voice from it.
It's a TikTok.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And both of you, probably Wodge as well, will probably put it up as well.
Yeah.
Uh, anything else you want to say before I move on to AXA?
Yeah, does any one of you know what happened at the restart? Because it was chaos. Like I saw Ferrari spun,
Yeah,
and
okay,
so
so
then I was side by side with Axe, or I was past Axe and the other guy, and then suddenly I picked up an illegal overtake, and I had to let like 3 cars by.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I believe I saw Luno saying, I am sorry to Alessandro Zanetti, who was the Ferrari who spun round on the restart. So I think it was the Ferrari spinning round, and Luno, I think, was slow, which caused a bit of chaos. I'm not sure, really. Maybe
Yeah, no, I
reports or
got a legal
something.
overtake in like at the exit of turn 1, so I don't know how, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
reports.
great
We'll
game,
end up
great
seeing.
game.
As we'll move on to who ended up getting, let me see if I can remember it, 27 points this weekend, I'm pretty sure it is, with pole and then points in the sprint and the race, is AXA. So, of course, a good amount of points for you this weekend. The side by side with Jerome also a very special moment. And like, what did you think of like your pace overall? Because it was very good as you were able to stay in the top 3.
Yeah, I think the pace was pretty nice. Yeah, in the sprint. Yeah, I lost the position on Giron, at the restart, if I remember well. So much things in this race, so I can't remember everything. Um, but yeah, after in the race, uh, uh, my my goal was to take the P1 in the first corner. So it was a very important move for the rest of the race. And yeah, in the sprint, very nice battle with Geron at the restart. It was really fun. Yeah, really enjoy it. And yeah, at the end, last restart, we were like three ride in turn three or turn two. So it was yeah, really really exciting. And yeah, at the end I tried to save some battery to attack Jensen, but maybe I have been too much. How I can say that? Maybe I should have waited a little bit more to have more battery. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't take the P1, but it was still a pretty nice battle with Jensen also. So congrats to Jeroen and Jensen for the podium.
Yeah, still a very good race from you, no matter what happened, because of course I did see you trying to go for the overtake on lap 32, I think it was. Lap 2, 30,
Yeah,
32,
something like
33.
this.
Yeah. But still, overall, a very good race from you. As we'll now move on to the race winner today in P3 in the sprint, Jensen. So it's now 3 out of 4 wins on the main races for you in Ero now. Overall, what did you think of like your pace and also the like Jerome and Axa just keeping up, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, GG's to Jerome and Julian. So probably put on some of the best racing with me that I've had for a good long time. So yeah, I was really happy to finally get some of that after a good while. But um, on terms of pace, I think Aurelian was probably the quickest out of all of us. But I think it's that last safety car restart where everyone's like free wide, the Ferrari spinning, all that probably cost him in the end because I was sat behind both Jerome and Aurelian, and then coming to turn one, it was like three wide, and I somehow managed to go around the outside of Jerome. I found myself in front of both of them. So yeah, managed to do that, get through, of course, the cars that pitted on the safety car before, and yeah, hold off Aurelian at the end. Had a little side-by-side battle as well. So um, yeah, it's all you want from a race, I think, and of course to win for me as well. Um, it's a good way to end the week after another miserable week for like all the other leagues.
Mm. Yeah, still a very good race nonetheless from you. Do any of you want to say anything before we head off the stream?
Uh,
Nothing?
Yeah, just
no,
thanks all for watching.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think
So,
I bet it was a
enjoyed
good
it.
watch. Yeah, I bet it
Yeah,
was a good watch.
nah, this
Like,
race
oh,
was
definitely.
one of the most fun I've had ever, man.
Yeah,
Just enjoyed
same.
it so much. Drive with a smile on my face.
All right, so that is all for us today in Ero PlayStation F1. You can tune in next week at the same time, 6 p.m. GMT, for the Austrian Grand Prix. So, yeah, tune in next week for that, and we will see you all next week.